servants in New South Wales now returning to the office. Experts say other industries may soon follow suit. So how can you defend your right to work from home?
Well, with all the best advice, we're joined again by Future of Work expert Kim Seeling-Smith. She is in Townsville. Kim, always lovely to see you. Tell us how drastically these return to office orders influence all the workplaces.
Yeah, you know, here we go again having the same conversation. And I think that it will influence other businesses to start to bring their employees back as well, because it's giving them an excuse. And regardless of what the reasons are, if they don't have buy-in to the process, they are going to start digging their heels in, as we're seeing with the public servants.
I think part of the problem here is that so many people have become so accustomed now to this hybrid way of working. So if more businesses do end up heading down this direction of ordering everyone back into the office, what do you think that means for staff retention?
Well, I think that it's going to be terrible for staff retention. Now, we've got some economic headwinds that we're dealing with, and there are some sectors that are thriving and some sectors that are in wait and see. So what I fear is that the sectors that are in wait and see are going to go to that as a fear response and say, okay, everybody come back to the office, you know, we need to boost productivity, when the research shows that being back in the office doesn't necessarily boost productivity. So I think that it's going to be an excuse to bring people back, but it's short-term, it's short-sighted, because this is something that employees want, they continue to fight for, and they will get if they have options. So I do think that it's going to affect employee engagement and retention. Definitely.
All right, let's say though you're choosing to work from home, you don't have the options at the moment, but you really enjoy your work. How can you discuss these flexible arrangements with your employer? What are the good strategies there?
Yeah, the number one mistake that I see people make is that they make it about them. And let's face it, you know, when you're having a conversation with your manager, you don't want to make it about yourself. You want to make it about the manager. You want to make it about them. Focus on achieving goals. There are so many people that are still managed by, or you know, their success is measured by the time that they spend at the desk. But refocus them on actually achieving goals. Talk them through how your workspace is set up. Make sure that they understand that you're setting boundaries, that you are very, very productive at home and at work as well for the time that you spend in the office. Just lead them through. But I think that it's really important for individuals to take the first step in helping them understand how they can be successful.
It is not an easy transition, especially for working parents or caretakers. If people do find themselves having to go back into the office, how can they best navigate those changes?
Yeah, well, I love to plan for the worst and hope for the best. So make sure that you've got your support systems in place in case it comes to that, in case you have to go back to the office. So, but explain your situation, and again, format it in terms of why it's good for them. And then set clear boundaries. If you are required to come back and you are a caregiver, both for small children or aging parents, it's really important to set your boundaries and to make sure that everybody knows when you're available and when you're not, and to focus on work during work hours and not let that bleed out into your home life.
There's having boundaries and then there's respecting those boundaries from your employers, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Just quickly, while you're here, Kim, there's something that's going around called a mouse shuffle trend. What is that? Should we lay traps?
Exactly. There's a rodent problem in our offices. Yeah, it is when people game the system. And when you treat your employees like children and you don't trust them and you don't set those boundaries and you start spying on them, then expect the same behavior. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing employees going, okay, I'm being measured on how much my mouse is moving. Guess what? I can either hire somebody to move my mouse, or I can set something up so it will move you know, every so often. And I can make sure that my computer doesn't go to sleep. So, you know, what we're seeing here is we're seeing a fundamental distrust between you know, employers and employees. And until we break that cycle, it doesn't matter if they're at home or in the office, they're still not going to be as productive as they could be.
Just keep the mouse jiggling, you know.
It certainly didn't go where I thought it was going to go. Don't let it sit still.
Thank goodness. Good on you, Kim. We don't even have
Thanks,
one.
guys.
I know, we don't.
How are we going to trick our boss?
We can just sit here and just jiggle ourselves and try to keep the screen alive.
We're on.
We're on.
We're here.
People are watching.
And we've got more to come. Investigations happening now.